Before we left Nazca to continue our journey, we got a chance to talk to a local shaman who gave us an insight into the ancient shamanistic practices of Peru.
Viene de la palabra quechua.
Quechua,
Sí,
sí.
una
Sí.
lengua nativa.
Aprendemos solo un poquito de Quechua en Otavalo,
Ya.
en Ecuador,
Claro.
pero es más diferente.
We spoke briefly about the indigenous language of Quechua, which was once spoken by the vast Incan Empire and today by over 9 million people across the Andes.
Todos somos uno. Estamos en una era que se llama la era del Pachacuti. Pacha significa tierra, espacio y tiempo.
He spoke about the cycles of life and how the ancient Andean symbol of the spiral represents synchronicity and unity.
Ah, sí, ok.
Diferente.
Yeah.
Entonces,
¿Qué piensas es la razón para las líneas en Nazca
con la gente de arriba,
arriba?
sí, con los extraterrestres.
¿Extraterrestres?
Sí.
¿En serio? Ok.
Sí, yo me he conectado con los abuelos.
¿En serio?
Sí,
Oh, abuelos.
abuelos cósmicos.
Arriba.
Arriba.
Okay.
So, in a nutshell, what this shaman had proclaimed was that extraterrestrial beings had influenced the Nazca lines.
¿Y la gente de arriba, dónde viven la gente?
Ellos vienen para acá.
Ah, ok.
Y acá también están igual como nosotros.
He wasn't referring to beings from another planet in our universe, but rather a sort of omnipresent and benevolent entity.
¿No? Cuerpo, alma y espíritu.
According to this shaman, these entities coexist with our physical realm and have been communicating with shamans through shamanistic ceremonies for thousands of years. He informed us that shamans have been in contact with these extraterrestrial beings by using a hallucinogenic cactus called San Pedro, the Spanish name for Saint Peter, the gatekeeper to heaven. We didn't know much about this San Pedro thing, except for that we needed to find it. I mean, come on, it's a psychedelic cactus. We did some research and found a market in Cusco called the San Pedro Market where the cactus is sold in the form of an edible powder. With that in mind, we began our trek towards Cusco in search of this sacred cactus.
Now we're gonna hitch it, at least we're gonna try to hitchhike to Cusco.
And there we hope to be able to partake in some sort of shamanic ceremonies.
See what we can find.
We had a 648-kilometer trek ahead of us.
Waiting to get a ride, trying to hitch it to the next town for I think over an hour now. It's been dismal.
Alright, we got ourselves a ride.
After hours on the side of the road, we may have seemed a bit too sketchy for the locals, but not for a lovely French family that picked us up.
Be safe. Perhaps we see you on the road.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah.
If you see the camper.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Got ride number 2.
Por allá, por más allá de Puquio, que es por Chalhuán, Cabancay, es más bonito. Sí, es como si fuera la selva, más cálido, tropical.
Wow.
Y es así. Ya cuando llegues a Cusco un poquito de frío, pero allá lo que te enamoras son las ruinas.
Okay, we're in Puquio, I believe is the name of the town we're in on the way to Cusco. about a quarter of the way. It was a long-ass drive to get here. We hitched on a truck, which was pretty cool. We were able to get a hostel for pretty cheap, which is great. And now we're gonna grab some food. Looked like a lot of open restaurants. It's a very cute little hostel. Nice and tiny. Very South American sized. Hola. Alright, well that was easy. I have a crush on this guy.
¿Dónde podemos comprar desayuno?
¿Cómo estás? Well, I think he just died. That's very sad.
Witnessed a kid die.
Here we are in the San Pedro market. We're looking to find the natural medicine section so we can buy some San Pedro, a hallucinogenic cactus.
Alright, so I think we found the spot where they sell San Pedro. San Pedro?
San Pedro.
En polvo, sí.
San Pedro en polvo tienes?
No.
Section de...
Should be about 40.
de
Alright, so we're successful finding San Pedro. Let's go.
With the San Pedro cactus now on hand, it was time to find a nice secluded spot to consume. As we made our way out of the city into the woods, it seemed everywhere we turned we were reminded of what we were getting ourselves into.
The stream here, another area over there that's even more secluded. I think this is our spot.
Yeah.
I'd say bottom corner.
Get nervous?
Not more so than before.
We really couldn't have found a more beautiful spot. So you have to let it sit for 15 minutes.
I don't really have, I think, much in the way of expectations. I know there are many possibilities, many things that can happen, and the cactus will show me what it's going to show me regardless of, you know, where I try to direct it. There's really no directing the cactus. I'm just hoping to learn something and to hear what I need to hear, even if I don't want to, and to have a glimpse of a different experience of consciousness. But I'm open to anything, and I'm willing to accept everything. And I think that's the best way to go about this.
Well, it looks kind of like if you emptied out the contents of a colostomy bag into a bottle, so
it's not helping,
that
John.
helps.
It's not helping.
I think it's time.
It's up. It's time to drink.
All right.
I'm scared.
Just go for it.
Yep.
How's it taste?
It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. I'm just thinking dumb thoughts, and it's easier to laugh at them. Well, it's true. I've never felt this good and nauseous at the same time. Leaves waving in the sunlight. Could really use some Beach Boys right now.
You right?
Yeah, man.
So it's time for me to give Ethan some alone time. So I'm gonna head off into the woods to set up a time-lapse camera with my phone, so see what happens. So I found a nice spot up on this hill where I can watch Ethan from a safe distance. At this point it's best to leave him alone as he's beginning to experience the effects of the cactus. Kind of trying to approach this as a wildlife photographer for Nat Geo. I want to keep a safe distance, but keep him within sight. Okay, so I just lost sight of him. Went down somewhere down near the river. So gonna go find him. Operation Find Ethan. Really beginning to feel like a bit of a stalker. So it looks like it's nap time for Ethan. Luckily I came prepared. Brought a good book with me. Should get me through the next couple of hours.
Sexy guy, huh, John?
How's it going, buddy?
It's going well. Kind of want your spot. This kind of feeling that this environment is different. I'm like walking through some wonderland, some different planet. So that was interesting. You want to maybe go for a walk at some point?
Yeah, we can go for a walk.